Beautiful New Hotel, partners with Inspired Friends Enterprise of Shreveport, LLC, Mr. Roy Griggs, and Dr. Ravish Patwardhan.
What an amazing crowd of people and a lot of friends in this audience. And I just want to make it very brief and tell you, one of the things I learned in the South was about ham and eggs. And if you look at your plate of ham and eggs, what you realize is there's a difference. There's a difference between contributions and commitments. And if you think of it, what the chicken did is made a contribution. What the pig did is made a commitment. And there are a lot of pigs in this area. And that's probably the only way I can call people a pig, and they'll be proud of me. I just wanted you all to know that this kind of effort really came into being several years ago. And I'll tell you, my partner in this, Mr. Roy Griggs, is someone who saw it much sooner than I would. And he felt moved, and he had told me when we first met face to face, he said it's the Spirit of God that moves us to do certain things. And and what you're looking at is really beyond what either of us could probably imagine. Last night, I'll share this with you, Roy and I were just looking over final things in the parking lot, and then we had flashed back to about 2 years ago when we had a big pile of dirt here, and there was a bulldozer there, and we're wondering, where's this all going to go, and is it going to amount to something? And a lot of commitments later is what you have. What I think is very, very imperative to suggest, based on last night and before that, is just what you see is the effort of so many people who have diligently made it what it is. And a few of those people I'll share with you, and I'm sure we're leaving somebody out of it, but I just wanted to let you know that these are the people that mean a special lot to us. Our banker who actually trusted us to do something of this magnitude, Mr. Harold Turner, I don't know if he's here, and Red River Bank, Mark Rowe, and several others have helped us from there. Karen Baker, I think if she's not here, I don't know if she's here, but Karen deserves a special recognition. Karen's the kind of realtor that actually will call people even when their place is not for sale and ask if it's for sale. And she's done a great job. Our attorney, Mr. David Cromwell, who has done an outstanding job in so many regards that are beyond our comprehension and made this happen. And he is truly an outstanding person as well. And our accounting firm with Ms. Rita Hummingbird, and the entire accounting firm has kept us out of trouble so far. We appreciate that. So thanks so much. And our franchisee, as you see, everything here happens according to franchise. And they have been so pleasant and wonderful to work with. So we really owe a debt of gratitude to Choice Hotels in doing a lot of this. I'm happy for anyone amongst them or anyone else to come share comments otherwise. And I'll turn it over to Mr. Griggs.
Wow. Thank God for this opportunity.
Amen.
You know, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. You know, I thank and praise God for giving us the imagination in our heart to even imagine this day. I thank God for that, because oftentimes you can't imagine it, don't believe it, it won't happen. A little country boy from Mississippi ran into this elegant doctor from across the world, and we bonded together. We were so different, but in so many ways we're so much alike. Values and what we wanted to accomplish, how we felt about this great community and what we wanted to do for this great community. It's been an awesome ride. You notice he had the high tech, I have paper. That's what makes us a great team. But I have so many that I have to thank for this day, because it didn't happen by myself, and Dr. Pat has already pointed out so many, and I'm just going to say ditto to all those that he's recognized. But I want to thank God again, thank my pastor for the wisdom and the leadership that he gives me each and every Sunday. Thank God for my family who's here with me, who is the wind beneath my wings. They're here, my grandchildren, my sons, my daughter, daughters-in-laws. I have so many family, and then my extended family from my other career. And I just thank and praise God for them and for all that they do for me and my family. And I thank you, Shreveport, for what you mean to us and what you've done for us. You all made this day possible. You know, I came here in 1997, didn't know anything about this place. I heard so many things that I didn't like, but I found those things not to be true. This is such a giving community, such a loving community that wants to give back. Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership. And thank all of you for coming here today. This is the day that we celebrate you. This is the day that we give back to Shreveport, because y'all have given so much to me and my family. And thank God for my voice. I've been sucking lemons all week. You know what? I feel like I'm down the street, you know. This is a great opportunity to preach with an audience like this. I don't want to miss an opportunity. I see some of our friends that have driven from Dallas, County to Jefferson. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm not going to try to name names because there's so many of you that mean so much to us. And this has been a beautiful ride. Dr. Pat, when we talked about a hotel, he immediately said, this is where we need to build around the medical complex. Initially, from my career, I'm taught to look at those A sites, those prime sites, and I had to question him, you think this is the right place? But he was so convinced that this was the place that he convinced me, and I'm so glad he did. And this has been a beautiful ride. And there's been so many that's been instrumental and make this day possible. But I want to take a minute and talk about the general contractors, Brown Builders, and the work that they did for us. We, Dr. Pat and I, are two different kind of people. We asked a lot. We challenged everybody that works for us. We wanted a lot of participation from the minority contractors. I want to thank the city of Shreveport, Karen Barnes, and the mayor, for their help in helping us getting those stuff for us. We threw a lot of challenges at Brown Builders. I have to tell you, they came to the plate and really did some creative things with us to get some of those minority contractors and did a lot of good work on this project. And they did a yeoman's job. And I would be remiss if I didn't just take a word before I ask Mr. Brown to come up and talk about the superintendent, Brandy Dollar, who kept this thing moving from day one until this day. Did an excellent job in working with us and with the subs, and you see the end product here. So we're so grateful to Brown Builders for the work that they've done. So at this time, Mr. Brown, would you please come forward? Mr. Wayne Brown from Brown Builders.
Thank you so much, Mr. Briggs, for those kind words, and thank you, Dr. Pat Warden, for y'all selecting us as your general contractor, and it's been a great experience, and we really appreciate the opportunity. Congratulations on this facility. I know it's going to do great, and I commend you for your investment in the community. And we were proud to be selected as general contractor, and by your commitment to use local contractors and suppliers, we were able to involve. In fact, this project was built by local and Louisiana contractors, and we were proud to be part of the goals that you wanted to achieve for minority participation. And we have had great cooperation, great team, and many of us subs and suppliers are here, and I want to thank y'all for the good job. I see my good friend Mr. Golden and Bill, the Builder Supply, provide our concrete. I saw Jim Payne in the back of mechanical contracting. I know there's lots of more folks. And I want to thank y'all and recognize some of our folks, David Dumas and Kristen Rocket, Vice President, Bobby Gilmer's our controller, and thank you for the kind words for Randy, because he deserved it. And good luck. I know you're going to do great, and we're just proud to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Roy shared with you his part of the American dream. I just wanted everyone to realize, I know many of you have met parents, and my parents are in Hong Kong right now. They live in San Francisco, they're traveling there, but I want you to just all get a gesture from my parents that really appreciates everything that has happened here in this community. Roy mentioned when he came here, I came here about 9 years ago, and the first thing, I drove here from Birmingham, Alabama, and you see lots of, if you're doing the journey at night, you see a lot of pine trees, basically just dark. And then you go through Mississippi, you end up here from Monroe and Ruston and all that, and you see pine trees. And all of a sudden you feel like you see the promised land, because you see all these lights of the casino. Here I am. And so that was the first kind of trip in all of this. But I think, for the things we work toward in America, and as the song America was going on, I'll tell you, that just moves me every time, and I think that's something that speaks to what opportunities there truly are in this country. They're good and bad and everything, but there's a lot of opportunity here, and we're very, very grateful. So I wanted to mention LSU Health Sciences Center and Shriners also very quickly. LSU Health Sciences Center is where I did my chief resident training in neurosurgery. And I know Mr. Machado is here and Chancellor Barish are here. And that is a wonderful institution. That is someplace where it is a factory for generating doctors who then subsequently go take care of patients. And that is such a huge, huge deal. My life, lives of my friends and family are going to be entrusted in people at LSU if there's a trauma. So those are people that mean so, so much. And I just wanted to applaud the efforts of the medical center. Finally, I wanted to also bring everyone's attention to one very important group that we've not yet mentioned, but we need to, and that's Intermountain. Intermountain actually is a group that we came upon when we interviewed various different people about hotel management. And we know nothing, we'll just be honest, we know nothing about hotel management. So Roy and I were searching, and a lot of fingers kind of pointed toward the best in the business as being Intermountain. And so I'd like to introduce Mr. Dewey Weaver for many things, but especially for being available during his vacation on cell phone if there are any issues or problems in living up to it. Thanks so much.